Hello and welcome to the channel. Here we talk about my experiences during lockup for educational use. I do not condone or glorify the behaviors in my stories. I spent 2 years in lockup at CFCF, and now that I'm out, I want to tell you guys about it. In this episode of Crazy Things People Fight Over, I'm going to tell y'all about another crazy fight that I've seen. You know, in jail, tension is always in the air. Feel me? Like electricity before a storm. And this one day, it was pretty much more of the same. I was in the common area when I noticed these two dudes. They are pretty both well known for their short fuses, right? One was this tall bull, and he was really muscular. His name was Tank, right? And the other dude was smaller but more scrappy. You see what I'm saying? And he was very what's the word I'm looking for? He was very resourceful. Bull went by Mark, I think. I don't think that was his real name, but we're just gonna call him Mark. They were getting into it over something that seemed pretty dumb at first. I think it was whose turn it was to use the phone or whatever, but their voices kept on getting louder and louder, and everybody could tell that this was gonna end with just words. You feel me? The air got thick with all this tension, and other inmates started like backing away. Other inmates started like getting a little bit closer to, try to make a little ring, I guess, right? And you could see both bulls yelling and their veins popping in their necks, you feel me? And then out of nowhere, Marcus smacked the hell out of Tank, causing Tank to explode into action, right? And they fighting, fists were flying, and it wasn't really like one of those street fights you see outside, because these bulls, like, they really knew what they was doing. They both kept their composure. You see what I'm saying? Tank landed some really heavy punches, right? But Marcus was quicker, and like I said, he was more scrappy, dodging and weaving, kind of like a boxer would. That's when everything pretty much went from bad to worse. Tank two-pieced the hell out of Mark, who then reached into his waistband pretty much and pull out a makeshift knife. We called them like bangers in there, right? And the moment the blade came out, everybody voices just went silent, like dead silent, right? The officer who was on our pod at the time spotted the weapon, and the face that the person made, right, was a mixture of like, oh shit, and professional determination. You see what I'm saying? So then he grabbed for his radio and he called for like some backup, right? And after a couple seconds, right, the jail intercom started blaring through the facility. Local response on A2 Pod 1, local response on Alpha 2 Pod 1, right? And then all these COs came rushing in from every direction, right? Something kind of like out of a movie, like you would imagine, right? So then all the COs were yelling, everybody back to your cells, lockdown, everybody get back to your cells right now, yada, 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 right? You could hear all the metal doors sliding, closing everybody inside their doors, right? This is the type of sound you kind of don't forget about, right? But after that, pretty much that was that, right? They didn't even move nobody after the fight and all that, to be honest with you. And looking back, right, it was kind of one of those moments that really like shows you how quickly things can escalate in jail, right? How a simple argument that could have been like settled, over a simple conversation, right, can turn deadly. One of them bulls could have never made it home. See what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's the thing about jail. You never know when something's gonna pop off. And when it does, it's usually serious business. But I digress. If you guys like this story, if you guys like these types of content, please give me a like and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.